You know, a lot of questions about spoons, especially the new Pinhead Pro, and I want to touch on rods, why you pick the rod you pick for that particular spoon. You know, my go-to for starters, don't worry about the jig on there, but is a noodle rod setup for spoon fishing. And I do it for two reasons. Right now we have the 16th ounce Pinhead Pro and we have the 32nd ounce Pinhead Pro. I want that sensitivity to notice that bite, whether it's down or up, but I also want that forgiveness. A lot of times I'm fishing a spoon, at least for myself, I'm combat fishing in under 15 feet of water. And having the flexibility of this rod gives me the ability to play a fish, especially near the hole. It gives me more forgiveness, it gives me more control, and it gives me all those sorts of things. So that noodle rod allows me not just to see the bite, but it gives me the forgiveness. It also gives me a little bit of forgiveness when I'm working the lure. I'm pretty aggressive when I work this spoon. A lot of anglers use a spoon and they think they only catch fish when the fish are in a positive manner. I'll tell you what, spoons catch fish even when these fish are negative. I don't need to go down to a little tiny jig. I don't need to worry about quivering it. I can work this spoon pretty aggressively. So that flexible tip gives me a little more room for error if I'm getting a little too aggressive. But again, I can set the hook, I can see those bites. A lot of fish, if you know what I'm talking about on spoons, will take it hard. They will hit that spoon very aggressively. So then you see that lure or that rod tip bounce up. So you get that aggressive bite, that slack bite, and I can see that with a noodle rod. Now, the other option for a spoon rod is gonna be more of a straight graphite series setup. That one might be the carbon scepter, the scepter carbon from Clam. And I'm gonna use this because I want a lot more control. This is not gonna be as flexible. It's gonna be more control, more ability to manipulate that bait. And ultimately, in deeper water applications, let's say 20, 25 feet basin panfish, I can get down there quick. I don't have the flexibility of that rod tip. I don't want it as flexible. I wanna have more control in that deeper water so I can have better presentation and control and feel on setting that hook, and a more stout hook set in deeper water. So that's kind of my 1-2 punch rod setup for fishing the new Pinhead Pro, 16th ounce and 32nd ounce for panfish. I'm gonna have my noodle rod, I'm gonna have my straight graphite rod, and depending on the situation, I'm gonna be able to go out there and catch a lot more fish.